Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about a couple different things. First off, there's definitely a couple YouTubers I'm going to be making videos about because these people are quote unquote debaters, but they don't actually debate anyone. They just go up to people with the opposite political agenda as them and they, harass them, make fun of them. They actually don't want to debate anyone. Now, this one guy has about 15,000 subscribers. That's like 5x the amount I have for whatever reason. I'm not sure why he has so many. He doesn't post as many videos. He has a couple good shorts, I'll give it to him there. But they are all just harassing Trump supporters and acting like he wants to debate them. And he never actually does debate them, which I'd love to have him for a one-on-one debate, but I think he's really, really scared of debating me or just debating anyone. My friend called him out, and he didn't want to debate my friend, but I can kind of understand that. My friend doesn't really post frequently on his YouTube, so maybe I would be able to debate this guy. Maybe we can do a civil, nice discussion. If not, then if he doesn't want to do it civilly, he'll get destroyed in a regular debate. In a screaming match if he wants, whatever he prefers. But I prefer to do it in a civil manner. So if it's possible, I would love to debate him. Any other kind of political channels that are around the same size, maybe under 20,000 subscribers, I'd love to go out there next too. I'm going to make a whole video about this guy, try to get him to respond to it, because I feel like if I just make a comment, he's not really going to want to debate me. Now, he tried to call out Charlie Kirk. Obviously, Charlie Kirk doesn't want to debate a guy. He doesn't have to debate every single no-name person that comes up to him. That's just not how it works. And even if he did debate this guy, I'm sure he would get destroyed, so it really makes no difference. But welcome back to the morning show, the morning podcast, whatever you want to call it, the Euro and Travel show, of course. I'm just discussing and talking about some new ideas. Of course, we got Trump with his Alcatraz thing. I don't know what you guys think about that. I'm kind of speechless about that. It's kind of funny. It's kind of hilarious. And we have a lot of things going on right now. The whole Shiloh, or whatever her name is, the racist chick. Yeah, she did get the huge GoFundMe money or whatever. But at the same time, I get that her racial slur was wrong and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, someone did mess with her son. I'm not saying it's right or anything, but it's honestly a lot better than what Carmelo Anthony did when he got $500,000 for killing somebody. So if I had to choose between a racial slur or a murder, I guess I'm on the other person's side because I don't support murder. But both things are very wrong, don't get me wrong. But I kind of can understand where the mom's coming from more than a murderer, if you catch my drift. And I don't really understand how they're that comparable. I mean, they're a little bit comparable about how the GoFundMe money has been going viral. That makes sense and stuff like that. But everything else really doesn't make too much sense about how they're comparable. But honestly, slap that like and subscribe button, guys. We're really getting close to 4,000 subscribers. We might even hit it today. Welcome in, everyone. We're just talking about Trump's Alcatraz. We're talking about that one racist girl on Twitter that got the $500,000 in donations. Yeah, we're just talking about all kinds of different stuff at the moment. And also, I want to debate more people, but it seems like not too many people want to debate. But it is what it is. If we can find anyone that wants to debate, maybe we can do a show later, or I don't know. But hit the like and subscribe button. I don't know what your thoughts are on Trump's Alcatraz. Oh, welcome back, Maine. I don't know what you're saying because you're speaking in Russian, but welcome back to the channel. I'm honestly looking for more people to debate and stuff like that, but smash the like and subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Hi, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're good. Where are you coming from, by the way? I think he's actually coming from Russia, guys. I love how the Democrats always like to say Russian propaganda, conspiracy. I'm just joking around with that little accent. Hey, we got someone from Cuba. What do you think about America, my friend? What do you think about America? Shout out Cuba. I love to hear where everyone's coming from, so definitely drop me a comment. Yeah, see, everyone's making videos about this lady right now. Everyone's making videos about this lady. Well, at least she didn't kill someone, and at least she's not getting money for that, like Carmelo Anthony. But what she did wasn't right. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I think I remember you, William. Aren't you a Cuban American? You said last time you moved from Cuba. Isaac, where are you coming from? I'm guessing somewhere in Europe, but some European countries have guns, like the one I live in. But the President of the United States is great. Australia, oh, I think you were in here yesterday. Were you that one guy that's 19 or whatever? Is that you? Oh, you're visiting your daughter in America. Well, I hope you're enjoying your time here. I don't know if you're in Florida or what. Absolutely, man. I'm always open for any kinds of discussions about whoever you want. But even if before we get into this, even if you don't like Trump, please hit the like and subscribe button. We can all agree on certain topics. And this isn't just a Trump channel. It's not a Trump channel at all in any ways. It's a political debating channel and it's a travel channel. But you know, we like Trump too. Trump 2028. Smash the like and subscribe button, guys. I'm getting really, really close to 4,000 subscribers. And I would love to hit it on this stream specifically. But yeah, ask away any questions you want to talk about Trump. If you want to debate me on a one-on-one live stream, I'd love that to happen too. I have a Discord where anyone can join in, and I love to debate with people and set up debates. What's illogical about Trump? You know what's illogical to me? The Democrats and Biden thinking that we should have open borders. Yes, Trump said it in his interview a couple weeks ago that yeah, save the world. He said, "Please, sir, stay in the U.S." to you, William. They're telling you to. My Discord is in my link in my is the link in my bio. If you want to debate face to face sometime and do it on the live stream, we can absolutely do that. It's in the bio though. Hey, William, you're already an honorary American citizen. I'm gonna call Trump up and let him know to give you a full-time citizenship. Well, I never said everything was just fine, but it's a lot better than it was under Biden's administration. And this is from someone that's traveled all over the United States and all around the world, so. Hit the like and subscribe button though, guys, if you're new to the channel. What do you think about Trump's Alcatraz? Oh yeah, we absolutely do need change. Change is always necessary. Biden was the only president in history that believed in open borders. Only president. Obama deported more people than Trump in his first term. Hey, buddy, that's why I got way more subscribers than you, Lorenzo. You got 38 subscribers in 8 years. That is horrible. I agree. Inflation causes money to lose a lot of value. That's why you got to invest. There was an open border under Biden, but there was still deportations because there's criminal and rapists, so you're wrong. If you enter the country illegally, you are a criminal. I come to America all the time. How do you know I'm not in America right now, actually? How do you know I'm in Europe? Maybe I'm in Africa. I'm a traveling United States citizen. I'm sorry that you just get to stay in your mother's basement. You don't get to go much farther than that, but my life is much more open and broad than that. Hit the like and subscribe button, though. I'm an American citizen. I'm traveling the world. Why does it matter what country I'm in? I'm not getting pressed. I'm just like wondering why everyone is spamming this in the comments. Why does it matter? I'm an American citizen. Do I need to show my American passport? Here we go with the Canadian trolls again. I am not Canadian. Now, I wish I traveled to Russia. Alcatraz. That's right. Let's get back on topic here. What about Alcatraz? Trump's only been president for 4 months. Give him time to pass no tax on overtime, my man. Okay, let me explain this to you. You're talking about the founding of the country was illegal. First off, we colonized the United States. The British settlers colonized the United States. You never heard of colonization? That's when you kill the native population and take the land. If the illegals want to do that, they can try, and we formed the government. We made the borders of the United States, and we killed the natives. So does that answer your question? It's not ruining all businesses. It's only ruining the ones that sell Chinese goods. 213 Democrats voted against no tax on tips and overtime. Trump has already done a lot more than any president in the last 20 years. Are you proud of the colonization? I mean, absolutely, because the United States became a great country. I don't feel bad for places that got colonized. I mean, it's just how the world works, unfortunately. What am I going to do? Feel bad for all the people that ever died and got killed in war? What do I look like, a sissy liberal or something? I'm not going to feel bad because the United States got formed. If it didn't get formed, I would have never lived in one of the greatest countries in history. The Indians wasn't one nation all getting along, and the U.S. beat Mexico once and took Texas as our own. That's right, we took Texas from Mexico. This man knows his history. Trump cult 2028, Trump cult member. It's like the liberals think that the word cult offends people. Does it really offend anybody, or is it just me that's completely unfazed by that word? Trump's lowering the taxes on the middle and the lower class. Trump never admitted to that. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're psycho. No, I didn't buy Trump coin because I'm not an idiot. I don't buy pump and dump scams. Just because I support Trump doesn't mean I'm going to buy a freaking crypto coin that some influencer made. I don't buy influencer crypto coins. That's a scam. Hit the like and subscribe button, though. No, I'm not in the UK. But shouts out to the UK, but they got their own problems. I would never move from the United States to the UK. That's ridiculous. Hey, thank you. You love the hat. I've been to the UK and I don't want to go back. They don't have freedom of speech and I might get arrested for some of my tweets. What sympathy do you want from me? I'm not a crying, whining soul like the Democrats. I realize crying and whining doesn't get you very far. Look at all the Democrats crying and whining about Trump's presidency. That'll never do anything. To change it, at least. Hit the like and subscribe button. Benny, that's fake news. I'm not spreading hate. I love people of all races, religions, everything. Colt is the vote blue no matter who. Like their woke garbage isn't a cult. Great freaking point, right? They're the ones that believe everything they see on the news. I don't believe too much of the stuff I see on the news at all. They believe every single thing CNN tells them to do. CNN tells them to go protest against Trump and cry and call him a Nazi. They do it. That's right. Taxes going up 1,300% on average on 220K. No, they're not. Every single tax bracket is being a tax cut. Lower class, middle class, and upper class, and the ultra rich are all getting tax cuts. They bought Hawk Tua. Yeah, they did. They bought that coin and got rug pulled. Hit the like and subscribe button. Lorenzo is pissed off that he only has 30 subscribers and I have 4,000, so he's a hater. He's mad about the subscriber count. But anyone that hits the likes and subscribe button, I really appreciate it. John Kim, hell yeah. I don't want to be in the UK. I don't want to get stabbed and I don't want to get arrested for tweeting or talking freedom of speech. So, you know. The Democrats really need to get new jokes. You guys are like the least funny comedians I've ever heard. You all repeat the same things. People saying stuff like we're heading into a recession, we're in a recession, they don't even know what they're talking about. What makes you think that we're heading into a recession? Is it the CNN News Network that tells you we're heading into a recession? Because ever since Trump talked about pausing the tariffs, the stock market has been going up and up. Yes, I'm a Christian. Well, if you're not happy with a quote-unquote fascist dictator, if I really believed I lived under a dictator, I would probably get out of the country and run for my life immediately. If you think Trump is Adolf Hitler or a Nazi, then you should probably do what the Jews did and try to escape the country and run away. But obviously, you aren't that stupid to actually believe the nonsense you say. Do you love Democrats? I love all Americans. It doesn't matter. I'm not hateful like the Democrat people. But I don't agree with their ideas. I don't think their ideas are good. Ironically, every live stream, people tell me that I look like I'm crying, but I think the Democrats are the ones that are crying because they've been crying about Trump for the last 3 or 4 months and how he's president. Probably even before he got into office, they were crying about him. Hit the like and subscribe button though, guys. And also, I posted a whole new video explaining about Obregón Garcia. Now, this wasn't just a video about, one-sided thing. This was actually facts. Okay, there's a million comments. If you don't like Donald Trump, you're welcome to leave the country. That's part of the greatness of the United States. It's actually not a dictatorship, believe it or not. You can leave the country whenever you want. You might not believe me when I tell you this, but did you know you can get up and just leave? He lives rent-free in the Democrats' head. Great point, great point. He does live rent-free in the Democrats' head. I love how the trans and the gay community scream out their lungs and they say, Trump has taken away our gay and trans rights. What gay and trans rights have you taken away? The letter X on your passport or the letter whatever it was? I don't know. That's not a human right. Hit the like and subscribe button though, guys. We're getting really close to 4,000 subscribers. I think we might reach it today. We're having an open discussion here. If anyone wants to debate against any of my ideas or they want to debate me about Trump, then please join the Discord. Let's do a live stream and let's debate. I'm going to do a debate. I'm going to challenge this guy to a debate that has like 15K subscribers. He's always crying his eyes out. And it's funny stuff like that. But he's always crying about Trump supporters. And he's saying that they don't want to debate him. But the funny thing is he doesn't want to debate anybody, including my friend or me. So it's kind of ridiculous. Well, it doesn't matter if you hate Trump or you love him. I made a whole video about Obregón Garcia, and it explains the immigration law. I put the immigration statutes on the video, so you can read it for yourself. Well, what points do you want me to make? I haven't been spitting any facts about anything. I'm just talking about random things right now. But what do you guys think about Alcatraz? What do you think about Alcatraz? What gay or trans rights have Trump taken away? Can someone please tell me that? What gay or trans rights have Trump taken away? Listen, I'm not against for homosexuality and transgenderism in kids' cartoons and anyone's kids' cartoons. Or even in my personal adult cartoons. No sexuality, no homosexuality, no transgenderism, none of that stuff. And kids' cartoons specifically, especially. Trump has not taken away anyone's rights. He has not taken away transgenders' rights, whatever the hell you're talking about. No more men and women sports. What's your opinion about Israel? When people ask me what's my opinion on Israel, they really just want me to talk badly about it. Listen, I think that we should defund all the wars all around the world. No more American taxpayer money to them. I just want the wars to end. America first. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. And listen, everyone go check out the recent video. Abrego, the truth behind, what's the truth behind Abrego Garcia's due process? I'm stuttering like Joe Biden, but go check out that video. It's the recent video on my channel, guys. It explains all the immigration statutes, the law, about everything. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Even if you're a Democrat, even if you're a Bernie Sanders supporter, even if you support Harris, Biden, AOC, whoever, we can debate one-on-one in my Discord. Join the Discord. I'll set up the live stream. We can share ideas, debate each other, bounce off each other. It'll be a great time. It'll be a great time. He was an MS-13 gangbanger. He was an accused wife beater and an accused human trafficker. Now go watch the whole video about it on my channel. I explain everything. Am I a Republican? Well, if that means that I'm going to vote for anyone that's Republican, just because they're Republican, then no. But I do support Donald J. Trump. The MS-13 tattoo was not photoshopped. He indeed did have a MS-13 tattoo on his knuckles. Now, I made a short video about this too. Go check it out. His first 100 days was amazing. The best presidential 100 days in history. And how was Elon's first 100 days at Doge? Even better. Even arguably better. The Democrats really got to get some new jokes. You guys, you're not so funny. It's like, are you in the 7th grade or something? Because every single live stream, it's the same jokes. And I would actually laugh or I'd actually get upset if they were like, you know, any good. But hit the like and subscribe button, guys. You know, Trump is doing his best for the American people, believe it or not. And I think tariffs are a good thing. He needs to go harder on the tariffs, believe it or not. We need fair trade. Trump believes in fair trade, but he's not going to give it to the countries if they want to tariff us first. Globe flat? No. The globe is not flat. As someone that's traveled around the world, no. The earth is not flat. Maybe if you never left the United States or you never left your state, you might think that, but no. Mr. Green Podcast. Do you even have a podcast? I'd be interested if you do. I'm going to pull up your channel right now. Let's see if you have a podcast. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like you're posting anything with 58 subscribers. But you should keep at your podcast grind. And yes, release the Epstein files, but I think it's unfair to say that Trump is the reason those haven't came out yet. If anyone wants to debate tariffs or any of Trump's policies, I'm more than welcome to do so. Join my Discord. We can do it face-to-face on a live stream. Art of the deal. That's a really weird question. Someone asked me top 5 black guys. I don't think I'm going to respond to that, but that is pretty funny. I don't really have a top 5. I have a top 100. A lot of great athletes make that list and great friends. Top 5 white guys. I don't have one of those either. Trump is meeting with the Canadian Prime Minister today. Well, that's not going to go too good for him. I mean for the Canadian Prime Minister, because Trump is a vicious negotiator. No, I did not donate to her or Kamala Anthony. Why would I do that? What are they negotiating? Trump, probably the tariffs. Hit the like and subscribe button though, guys, and check out my recent video about Abrego Garcia. It's not just a Trumpy perspective. I admit what Trump did wrong, but you gotta go check out the video. I wouldn't say even Trump, I would say Trump's administration. It was a simple mistake, which would have made no difference in the outcome in the end anyway. I talked about Epstein files. What else do you want me to say? Liam will keep watching me for, a couple hours. As long as I stream, Liam will be spamming the comment sections, I'm sure. Abrego Garcia is not dead. He got moved from the maximum security facility in El Salvador to the low security facility. And second off, barely anyone dies in the El Salvadoran prisons because it's so well monitored and so well secured. It's not like the U.S. prisons where they're allowed to move around freely and stab each other. That's not the case in these prisons. The guards watch them pretty much every minute of the day, which is crazy, but it's true. I'm going to pour myself a soda drink. Build a wall. Separate Canada from America, please. Honestly, the way that Canada's going, absolutely. They're losing the native population of their own country. Which you can argue, all that about all you want. I'm not trying to sound racist here, but it's pretty sad when a country loses its native population. But that's just my personal opinion. Just like it was sad when America lost the American Indians. I mean, it had to happen. Like I said, I'm not against old school colonization. What happened, happened. But with Massachusetts, I heard that Massachusetts is getting defunded by Trump. Massachusetts, I heard, is getting defunded, so they won't be able to put men and women's sports anymore. Hit the like and subscribe button. Florida doesn't need Canadians. We are thriving. Pork for Palestine. Okay, that's the ultimate troll comment. Probably better than every single insult that the Democrats try to leave on me so far. You think it's funny that... You watch CNN, right? Listen, Fox News isn't always accurate. They have lots of liberal hosts and some propaganda on there, but Newsmax, I think, is better, but Fox News has more current... They come out with news articles on YouTube quicker than Newsmax, and I think. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think about Newsmax? What did the liberals think about Newsmax? CNN? MSNBC? If you watch those, you gotta be nutso. Especially CNN, even the liberals nowadays, the Democrats, the Bernie supporters. I had a Bernie Sanders supporter on here, and I had a Harris supporter on here in a debate. And both of them agreed CNN is lying sacks of shit. So if two completely left-wing lunatics can agree on that, then why can't we all agree on that? Literally, one of Fox News' most popular clips is Tucker Carlson from 5 years ago. Radical Democrats turn on Nancy Pelosi. I'm traveling abroad, so right now I'm not in Florida. Hit the like and subscribe button, though. What's wrong with Bernie? Bernie was better than Harris or Biden, in my opinion, but none of his ideas would ever work. And he's a socialist that talks about giving all this money away while he has $5 to $10 million and $2 to $3 million in property, a beach home. He's not a true socialist. He's not giving all his money away. Letitia James announces lawsuit against Trump as she's being investigated by the DOJ for fraud, for mortgage fraud. No, it's not Dr. Pepper. It's Coca-Cola that is lime flavored. It's lime flavored Coca-Cola. I don't like drinking regular Coca-Cola anymore. Only the lime flavor. The regular one doesn't hit as hard anymore. The lime one really gives it the extra power. The Democrats are protecting Hannity. Why? This is an interesting video.
Joining us, Stephen Miller, Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy at the White House.
What do the comments say? We're getting spammed with them. Cream vanilla flavor goes hard. It's like a Coke float. I agree. Well, I still have a video coming about Montenegro, where I live currently, and what the prices are like and the grocery prices. I have the video. I just have to edit it and put it together. Coca-Cola in America. In the morning. America flag. Cherry Pepsi is alright, but I don't like. Trans rights are not human rights. I'm sorry. And what rights did Trump take away that are trans rights? What trans rights did Trump take away? None. Why is the comment section being flooded with weirdos? Trans, whatever. If you're born a man, you don't need to be in the woman's military. Let me put it that way. If you're born a man, you shouldn't be in the woman's military. You don't need a special thing on your passport that says your gender or your ID. You don't need that. That's not a right. For a long time, women weren't allowed in the military. Did you forget about that? So why are we putting these trans weirdos, these men, in women's military? It's not right. No trans in women's bathrooms. If you're born a man, you shouldn't go to a woman's bathroom. And I know many women, if they catch one of you weirdos in there it's going to be over for you. Abrego Garcia got moved to a low security prison. If you support that bullcrap in the comment section, you're a straight weirdo. I don't care what you say. Cutting your genitals off is not a human right. Controversial opinion. I can't even read the comments because this guy is flooding it so badly. Should I just block him from spamming it? Because I'm actually trying to read my comments. I'm not just trying to see this weirdo stuff in my comments. I think these are bots. These are obviously bots. Oh, absolutely. I walk outside all the time with this hat in Montenegro. It's a conservative country for the most part. Not everyone likes Trump, but what are they going to do about it? It's not even their politics. All right, ban him. People are saying ban him. All right, I'm going to ban him. All right, yep, I'm going to ban him because that's that. Spamming is not allowed in the comment section. I'm just going to give him a 5-minute ban. I think it's a bot. All right, I banned him. He shouldn't be able to spam it anymore. It's a bot. It's a bot. He said his freedom of speech 100 times. Sure, you can call it censoring a trans person. It's my comment section. I don't care if you're black, Muslim, gay, white, trans. If you spam it like that with that ridiculous nonsense for 5 minutes straight, yeah, I want to read my comments, so I'm going to get rid of that off my screen. You can say it once or twice, that's fine, but not 100,000 times. Trans rights or automobile rights? Okay, you can spam that. That's pretty funny. See, we got 2 bots. Both of them are spamming the same thing. Well, what are you going to do about it? Trump is taking your rights away. Trump is taking your rights away. Trump is taking your rights away. No more trans and women's military or women's sports or women's bathrooms. It's never going to happen again in life. Never again in life. Not getting frustrated. I really don't care. We already won. The war is over. We won the battle against letting trans and women's military. We won the battle against trans and men's sports. We won. We won, we won, we won. Now they're crying their trans eyes out because we won and they lost. Because all the Trump supporters do is we win. We're going to win so much that you're going to get tired of winning. No, it's not Dr. Pepper. I said it's Coca-Cola with lime flavor. Hit the like and subscribe button, though. I don't care about them at all. I just don't want trans and women's sports. No men in women's sports. No men in women's military. Simple as that. I love women so much, I don't want natural-born men around them. In these kind of circumstances, it's not right. They can do whatever they want, but they cannot go to military with other women. They cannot go in women's sports. That's for natural-born women. Trans women that were born men have testosterone. They have different bone structure. No amount of surgery can ever change their natural-born bone structure or their natural-born muscle structure. Try to cancel me for that all you want. Post it, clip it, repost it again. Alpha male obviously isn't too alpha if he's putting men in women's sports. I guess he ain't too alpha then. I don't know why that's your name. Automobile rights, automobile rights. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys, if you're new to the channel. Hundreds of men were not falsely accused of being gang members. That's simply false. The only name that you can think off the top of your head is Abrego Garcia. Any other names you got? And Abrego Garcia is not falsely anything. He is an MS-13 gang member. Two intelligence services, both the United States Intelligence Service, the Homeland Security of the United States, the Intelligence Agency of El Salvador, and also a local police agency in the United States, all said he was an MS-13 gang member. You don't need a criminal record to be in a gang. Vincent, you're a weirdo. Average Trump supporter folk, just because I don't want men and women sports. There's nothing that can ever change my mind about that. That is for damn sure. Smash the like and subscribe button though, guys. You will never get equality because we're never, ever, ever in a million years ever letting men and women sports. Ever. Thank you, Patriot Dad. I love your support for the channel. You're supporting the movement. We can't let these radical crybaby liberals, woke mind virus people, attack our American culture any longer. To be fair, I don't watch much of sports regardless, but I have seen some women's sports. They're all arguing about this trans rights thing in the comments. I set them off earlier by saying that there should be no transgenderism, sexuality, even if it's heterosexual, even if it's homosexuality. None of that should be in kids' cartoons. Men should not be in women's sports. Men should not be in women's military. Even if they had a surgery to cut off their genitals, I don't care. They shouldn't be in there. Not too long ago, women couldn't even be in the military. It's Trump's America now. It's Trump's America. If Elon has autism, so do I. Transgenderism is not feminism. A lot of women are disgusted by trans because, they're mocking their identity, basically. But, hey, I'm just stating something here. It's true. I have nothing against homosexual people, trans people, but the facts are I do not think transgenders should be in women's sports. Men should not be in women's sports. Men should not be in women's military or bathrooms. A lot of feminists are offended that you think that you are a natural born woman or that you claim that you are. Get your own sports. Thank you. Why can't there be a transgender league of athletes? That would probably go viral. I said woman. I said men shouldn't be in women's military. Let me state it again. Men shouldn't be in women's military unit. They're separated by gender. Just because you cut off your genitals doesn't mean that you get to go into a woman's. And a lot of these trans don't even have the surgery. So then they definitely shouldn't be going into women's military. That makes no sense. I want the trans community to know that I have lots of family and friends that are all women, and if they ever see a man coming into their bathroom, even if it's a quote unquote trans, it's not me, it's them. Your life is at risk. Your life is at risk. It's not me, it's them, but your life is at risk. I love the troops. I support the troops. That's exactly why I want men and women separated in the military, because I support our troops. I support the veterans. I support the troops. People in my family were in the military. I support the troops. That's exactly why I want men and women separated in the military. Natural born men, trans, shouldn't be in the women's military section. Hit the like and subscribe button though, guys. Everyone knows I love and support the military and the troops. So you can spread whatever lies you want. You must hate the military if you think that men should be in the women's military section. You must hate the military if you think men should be in the women's section just because they identify as trans. No. No men in the women's military. None whatsoever. That's a horrible idea. I'm not fighting against gay people. They can do whatever they want. I believe in gay marriage. They just shouldn't put born men in women's sports. They shouldn't put born men in women's military. I don't care about gay marriage. Marry whoever you want. Have gay marriage. Have trans marriage. I don't care. It should all be legal. But having natural born men in women's sports or in women's military is not right, and it's not a good idea. Lots of gay friends, but I believe the marriage is fine. Marry whoever you want. I really don't care. The marriage law should be more open, but when we're talking about putting natural born men in women's sports or women's military or women's bathroom, then that's where I start to completely disagree. You are going to take it. Trump has been changing the laws. He's not going to allow natural born men in women's sports anymore. So it's unfortunate, but it's true. That's why you guys will cry about it, just like the Democrats. Go protest with the Democrats and watch nothing change, just like they do. Go ahead, go do that. Biden doesn't know where he is. He couldn't even walk off stage. He would fumble around and walk in circles. He couldn't find out how to walk off the stage. I love the military. I said multiple times. And if you actually love the military, you wouldn't want natural born men and women's military. It's simple as that. Anyone that wants to debate me about anything, I got a Discord. You can join in there. We can debate about it, live stream it, whatever you want. I never said anything about the troops. I love our troops. I love our country's military. Great people. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. What do I think about the tariffs? I think they're great. We need to balance the trade of the world again. It's not fair that all these other countries can put tariffs on us and we're just expected to do nothing. It's really ironic that a trans person would call me weird, but whatever. I have no problem with anyone being whatever they want to be. I just don't think you can be trans if you want. I have nothing against you being trans. I have nothing against you being gay. That's all fine and dandy. Do whatever you like. It's your life. But do not think that you can be a natural born man. You're born a man. You shouldn't be in women's sports and you shouldn't be in women's military. Hit the like and subscribe button. I love the USA. Let's debate, Don. Let's debate. Join my Discord or message me on Twitter. Do we got any Canadians in here? Any Canadians in here? Canada has always had a 300% tariff on cheese. Cheese! Yes, hell yeah, let's reopen Alcatraz. If we had a big scary prison, maybe these people would stop beating up grandmas and coming in our country illegally.
That Trump is the Pope? I was excited to hear President Trump. I'm excited to hear that President Trump is excited about the idea of being an ex-pope. This would truly be a dark horse candidate, but I would ask the papal enclave of the Catholic faithful to keep an open mind about the possibility. The first pope and U.S. president.
Let's debate, Lola. Let's debate live. Join my Discord, message me in there, I'll debate you.
Wait, 2028? Wait, I'll just use the AI.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
As Pope, I'd like to be Pope. That would be my number one choice. No, I don't know. I have no preference. As Pope, I'd like to be Pope.
Are you high right now? It's time for another flood. What, and I mean genuinely, is wrong with you? This would make sense. Jesus was an American, so we are overdue for an American Pope. The soul is a terrible thing to squander, Senator. This might be the best post I've seen today. Why are they taking him so seriously? That's what I think is so funny about this, is that obviously... Actually, I don't even want to say this, because last time people said, obviously, he's just fucking around, the next thing you knew, it happened.
Do I even have to say it? Yes, he just posted this himself.
Trump for Pope. Trump 2028. I love the troops. In fact, I support them so much, I don't think natural-born men should be in the women's military.
Blue states banding together, filing a lawsuit challenging...
Smash the like and subscribe button, guys.
28 HHS divisions into 15, laying off 10,000 HHS employees on top of the others who voluntarily left at the beginning of the year. Now, this in addition to the big announcement today with the president officially banning the controversial, exceedingly dangerous gain-of-function research. That's what makes viruses more lethal in research settings. Remember, COVID-19 originated in the Wuhan lab, which was engaged in gain-of-function research, partly and directly funded by the National Institutes of Health. Isn't that great? It's insane.
This is an historic day, the end of gain-of-function research funding by the federal government and also control.
Like Nick Fuentes said, ironically,
It's a big deal. Could have been that we wouldn't have had...
you know what Nick Fuentes said? Your body, our choice. No natural-born men and women's sports.
Here with me exclusively is HHS Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Mr. Secretary, thank you for joining us. How do we know with this ban, which is long overdue, will be effective given the fact that we know illegal attempts will occur, which makes it even perhaps more dangerous?
The legend, the GOAT.
I want to congratulate you because you were the first person on national TV when you interviewed Dr. Fauci.
Smash the like and subscribe button.
The issue of the link between his gain-of-function studies and what happened in Wuhan with the COVID pandemic.
They're just trying to spread misinformation. Everyone knows I support the troops. I have military in my family.
Microbes and pathogens more virulent, more transmissible, and more deadly.
Go to the gym, massive vapor.
They started doing it in 1947, the military.
I hate Nick Fuentes. He's a fascist, a neo-Nazi, and, you know, he's not the smartest guy. I hate him. Literally, one of his fan pages posted about me that has 30,000 followers because I rejected the dude. That's a neo-Nazi. The dude doesn't even like Trump anymore because he said he supports Israel, he supports the Jews. He's just saying that for clicks. Trump always supported Israel since the beginning. Now Nick wants to come out and say that nonsense. It's always been like that. Nothing has changed. Nick is chasing clout and fame. He'll say anything about anyone. He's Mexican himself. I'm like 90% sure of it. And he says he hates Mexicans, which is ridiculous. I don't like Nick Fuentes. Call me anything you want, but do not say I'm a supporter of that guy. Nick doesn't even support America or Trump anymore. Hey, Ellie. Yeah, unfortunately, Candace Owens is also trash now. She's bought and paid for. Candace Owens is having like her 5th child, so she needed another $1 million. So someone gave her $1 million and said, here, go hate on the Jewish community, and that's what happened. My Discord is in the link in the bio for anyone that wants to talk or debate or anything. It's the link in the bio. It's the link in the bio. Go to my YouTube, click on the links, and click Discord.
Agencies in order to develop bioweapons. In 1969, President Nixon banned it all, shut down Fort Detrick, shut down all the labs. That ban, and then signed the Bioweapons Convention. That ban lasted till 2001. And after the anthrax attacks, Anthony Fauci essentially restarted the arms race and the bioweapons arms race, and did it under the pretension of developing vaccines. Because of the same science that you develop bioweapons and vaccines. In 2014, 3 of his bugs had escaped, and 300 scientists wrote letters to President Obama asking him to shut down Anthony Fauci. President Obama declared a moratorium, but instead of shutting down his experiments, he moved them offshore, mainly to the Wuhan lab. And now, the principal institutions are...
Guys, they're exposing where COVID came from, for Christ's sake.
Of Energy all say that it is most likely that those experiments resulted in the...
Alex Jones was right, guys. He was completely right.
President Trump today moved to shut down this kind of research in this country and to stop funding it abroad.
Do you think this is the reason that Anthony Fauci was given a pardon by Joe Biden? And
that is scary.
To this game?
Alex Jones was right about where COVID came from.
I don't know what was going on in Joe Biden's head, but I think
that it came from Obama and Fauci. That is insane.
That pardon, knowing that
it just got confirmed.
Liabilities here that were more than reputational; they were legal liabilities.
A number of my friends who are in medical research, who are conservatives, big supporters of the president, they understand the need to streamline a lot of bureaucracy at HHS. They're also concerned about future federal funding of legitimate and good research projects. Do you have any updates on that? How that people can, rest easy that research will continue and it will continue to get some federal funding?
Smash the like.
First of all, what we're cutting is waste, fraud, and abuse. We're streamlining an agency that grew by 38% in the 4 years that President Biden was in the White House, and we're dialing it back to the pre-Biden administration. And the agency was not doing what it was supposed to be doing, which...
I don't know if you guys caught on to that, but he pretty much just said the COVID-19 from Obama and Fauci. That's kind of crazy. Now, Alex Jones said the same thing. I was kind of wondering. He said it's coming out. The truth is coming out soon. Now, he wasn't lying about the truth coming out. Trump, Robert F. Kennedy, they just told us where it really came from. From a Wuhan-funded lab created by Obama and Fauci. Yes, absolutely it does matter. But Trump's response was strong, but it absolutely does matter. Alex Jones is right 99% of the time. He was dead on this time. He was dead on. It came from a lab. This sounds like something out of a conspiracy theory. From Obama and Fauci that funded a lab in Wuhan. That is insane.
Just preventing disease, chronic.
That is insane. He just said about a week or two ago that the news was going to come out where it really came from and who really created it. Now, both Trump and RFK have stamped it. They stamped it. The trolls are helping the algorithm. The views are increasing. Hit the like and subscribe button. No, I did not take the jab. 0 jabs. World traveler, 20 plus countries, no sicknesses, 0 jabs.
Disease, particularly in Americans. Americans during that period got sicker and sicker and sicker. Oh, and the agency is bloated. When I got there were 100 communications departments. There were 40 procurement departments. 40 IT departments, 40 HR departments. And we streamlined the agency. We got rid of the redundancy, and that's how we save that money. We're not getting rid of any critical research, and we're not getting rid of any of the programs that are critical to Americans' health care.
That's right.
And the gender affirming care, there's a big controversy, obviously, about that. Can you tonight give us any updates about federal monies ever going toward that? I won't even call it medicine.
Never again.
Yeah, I mean, we've complied with the executive order and banned all federal money, all HHS money toward gender affirming research.
Oh no, they banned the transgender research. Oh no. Just kidding. Thank God you guys aren't getting any more surgeries with our taxpayer dollars. No more transgender surgeries with taxpayer dollars. Pay for that out of your own pockets. Pay for that out of your own pockets. We ain't paying for it anymore. The good old days are gone of that bullcrap for you guys. Thank God. Thank RFK. Thank Donald Trump. No more regender assignment surgeries, whatever the hell they're called, with taxpayer money. Thank God. Salute Donald J. Trump. Salute RFK Jr. Hit the like and subscribe button. First off, they have a mental illness. Second off, that can lead for a lot of sexual issues between a man and a woman.
Or surgeries that are essentially mutilation surgeries.
Obamacare, most people feel, has just...
Yes, Vincent, leave the USA and go to Germany. Yes, please, do that. Leave the USA, go to Germany.
That will be possible with this narrow majority in Congress.
Well, it's hard for me to predict what Congress will do. We're doing a lot of things in the HHS right now to make our delivery of that care more efficient. And there's probably about $159 billion worth of fraud that has not been detected. And we are using AI with the help of Elon to actually go out and detect that fraud and to end it. So we're going to be able to do, again,
good. Stay in your weird place of Germany.
The systems that we do have, even if we never get congressional intervention or help, we're going to be able to make the agency much more efficient than it's been in the past.
And you think it'll be permanent, these changes ultimately?
I can't guarantee that.
That's hard without Congress. You may have seen this over the weekend. New York Democrats, your old friends, Chuck Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand,
smash the like and subscribe button
to dismantle a 9/11 health program, talking about more cuts from HHS.
Everyone that needs their wiener cut off, go to Germany. Quickly, go to Germany if you want to cut your wiener off. Quickly. Vincent will help you cut your wiener off in Germany. They'll pay for it. Come on, guys. Quickly, go to Germany. They'll help you cut your wiener off for free. Come on, guys. Yeah, I can't talk. I'm, stuttering like Joe Biden did 1,000,000 times. Hey, nothing's wrong with Germany. I love Germany, but, some of their politics aren't right. I love the German people, though. Lots of German friends. But I'm just saying, go to Germany with Vincent. He'll help you get your wiener cut off for free. I agree, Germany is failing. I'm sorry to admit it, but it's becoming an Islamic country now. Oh, we got a couple Germans in here. Yeah, no kidding. The same things that are going on in Germany today literally caused the Nazis and caused World War II. I agree with that statement. Very accurate. The destruction of German society. Hopefully the Nazis don't come back, because that would be terrible. But with everything that's going on, I wouldn't be surprised if some crazy party came back into power. Like the one that I'm pretty sure is already leading in Germany. Or that is about to start leading in the German government. Well, apparently the Vincent, the surgery's there free.
Jess, this is kind of typical. They do this with Trump as well. You're stealing Christmas. You're taking the
Then go live in Germany. I don't care.
Because of the tariffs. But now it's cuts to those critical.
Smash the like and subscribe button.
Response to them. They think it
President
resonates.
Trump has not cut the 9/11 program. We took that program and we took a lot of OSHA. And there was also a lot of complaints that we ended OSHA, but we've just consolidated that in a new sub-agency called the Administration for Healthier America.
No, Elon Musk is a hero.
Those programs were not terminated as the media has reported, but they've simply been consolidated into a place.
Thank you for your service, Sterling.
Are you surprised about the Democrat Party, kind of where it
yes,
is
Berlin people are awesome. Germans are awesome.
I'm obviously surprised because I ran as a Democrat originally. And the Democratic Party that I grew up in does not exist anymore. The party I grew up in was
You should post your podcast on your channel, Mr. Green Podcast. I would watch it.
Constitutional rights. It's now the party of censorship. It was the party that promoted women's sports. My uncle, Ted Kennedy, wrote Title IX and considered women's sports sacrosanct. And today, the Democratic Party is trying to dismantle Title IX. And I could go down a long list, but it's, as you know, it's very, very odd that President Trump is not only dictating the agenda of the Republican Party, but he is also dictating the agenda of the Democratic Party. They only have one issue, and that is we hate Donald Trump. You know, for many years, the Democrats were against NAFTA. And as soon as President Trump said, I'm against NAFTA, the Democrats became pro-NAFTA. And that is true across the board. So I hope in the future the Democratic Party start working on an agenda to help the middle class, to help the American public.
Vincent, I know you don't ask to be born with a mental illness. You were just force-fed the mental illness. It's okay.
Are saying that now that you're trying to create a database of autism patients to track them and to watch them, and they're using that as a real inflection point in this very critical debate about why we have so much autism in the United States. Your reaction or response to that charge?
Well, you know,
I'm not going to play this part because YouTube probably will not want to hear it. But let's move on to the next part. Let me put my big hands in front of this, and let's move on to the next part. Will there be 2 terms? President Trump. Absolutely. All right, now, buddy, you got to take a break from the chat. That is disgusting. I'm putting you in timeout. Just like the UK, no freedom of speech here. Okay, I freaking clicked on the wrong guy. Damn it. That's unfortunate.
Well, CNN is being mocked, and they're being roasted, really, for their interview with the Sinaloa cartel member. I think he's the head guy in the cartel. And they're asking him, how do you feel? They're very sympathetic when they ask them the question, how do you feel about being called a terrorist by Donald Trump? Listen to this.
According to the Trump administration, you are a terrorist. I mean, the cartels have been labeled a foreign terrorist organization. What do you make of that?
Está fea la situación, ¿verdad? Está fea la situación, pero pues todos tenemos que comer.
What's your message to Donald Trump if he's watching this?
He said he agrees.
Tiene que según él buscar lo mejor para los suyos. Pero el detalle que ya estamos por los consumidores. Si no hubiera consumidores, pues uno le paraba.
This is stunning. This is the same network, along with the other mainstream media, that make fun of us for going across the country doing diner segments. You saw one of the late nights. We're making fun of our diners the other day of talking with the American people, but they treat the cartel as normal people. I don't care what he thinks about the president. What about all the girls that you rape doing the drug trade? What about all the people that you have murdered? What about all the innocent Americans that have died as a result of your cartel, the human trafficking that goes on as well? I would have expected that to be the focus of the interview, not what he thinks of the president of the United States. I don't care what he thinks about the president of the United States.
Like he says, yeah, he's looking out for his people, by the way.
We gotta eat. We gotta eat.
Right, that's what the mob says. Oh, we gotta eat, right? I mean, that they're locking down with illegal activity. He does say the reason why we sell our drugs here is because we've got customers. No doubt about it. There are drug users here.
So he's blaming Americans.
Yes, yeah.
And not himself, not taking responsibility. If they weren't making drugs and selling drugs, Americans wouldn't have drugs to buy and wouldn't be dying. So, you know, these individuals have blood on their hands. It's easy for them to say, we've got to eat. Well, then just get a regular job. That's what we all do. And you can't do something illegal in order to eat. That's not how America works. And you have to realize, like, I'd rather be poor than have blood on my hands and be accused of killing and responsible for killing millions of Americans.
So Caroline Levitt saw the interview. This is what she said.
Well, it was fascinating to me, Sean. I was actually scrolling on Instagram when I came across this interview, and it stopped me in my tracks. Not just because they sat down with a member of a Mexican cartel that is now designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the United States government, but because of the nature of the questions of this notorious foreign terrorist. It was a softball interview giving a platform to a notorious drug cartel that has killed American citizens. I thought it was quite despicable. But again, this is just another reason why the trust in the legacy media is at an all-time low amongst the American public.
It's just such a good point. I don't care if it's the Democrats or...
Why don't we do a podcast episode together, my friend? Mr. Green Podcast?
On every...
Everyone slap that like and subscribe button. %, Waffle, 100%.
Here's the interview with Elon Musk and the rest of the Doge crew. We finally asked the one question on our minds. Who's big balls? It's big.
That should be obvious.
Why do they call you big balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username. Well, people on LinkedIn take themselves like super seriously, and they're pretty adverse to risk. And I was like, well, I want to be neither of those things. So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
Yeah. So what do you do?
LinkedIn is so cringe.
What does Big Balls do?
Right now, I'm working on some payment computer stuff. So one of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste. And to do that, we started looking at the payment computers.
Trump never said that,
earlier,
buddy.
There is no accounting of
Spreading misinformation is the liberals' hobby.
So, like, you look at a specific line item, like $20 million. And you're like, okay, well, what is this money going to? And for the majority of payment systems, it's like, well, we don't really know. And
that would be the response.
Is this the most basic responses?
Mr. Green, let's do an episode, a podcast.
What do you say when people just say,
it's a huge cause for concern because...
You did not, Sterling, you did not.
Literally has no checks.
You heard it come out of a CNN reporter's mouth. That's not the same thing.
Vector for fraud, waste, and abuse.
Do these people not respect taxpayer money?
I mean, there's no incentive to if you work in the government. I think the incentives will always decide the outcomes.
Yes.
Do you guys feel like you're putting yourself at risk by doing this because you're stirring up so much hostility by these people ripping us off?
100%. Well, we don't need to speculate about that. You can see online in the protests that to make that very clear. I mean, I've been hanged in effigy many times.
Link us the video.
There have been people that have actively advocated at these violent protests for my death. And also advocated
Mr.
for
Green,
the
let's
death
do a
of
podcast episode together. You can get a lot of my viewers over to your channel.
Young folks of us have gotten email threats from reporters and the public alike. I think, speaking for myself, I dropped out of Harvard and came here to serve my country. And it's been unfortunate to see, lost friendships. Most of campus hates me now. But I think fundamentally, I hope people realize through conversations like this that reform is genuinely needed. And if there's one, I think this is important to say, if there's one group of people who really have a shot of success, it's the people here. They're up until 2 a.m., Monday through Sunday. Those should not recognize weekends. We're working all the time.
What inspired you to drop out of Harvard to do this?
There's a lot of reform that's needed. I think the value of this and the impact here is so much more vast than anything you could learn in a classroom doing computer science.
And you guys are sleeping here, I'm hearing. You guys are up all night. You have this meeting at 10 o'clock every Wednesday?
We'll probably go back to work right after this.
Yeah.
You're going back to work after this?
Yes.
Right.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
So that's early.
It's early? Can I go to bed? That's an incredible work ethic. You guys should be really, really proud of yourself. Do good people come up to you and say thank you for doing what you're doing?
Absolutely. There are people in the State Department that will stop you, or all of the agencies that we've been to, that will stop you in the hallways or write emails and say, I was scared to write this, or I don't know if you're interested in this, but they usually have great ideas. And if they often have the best ideas because they've worked in the places and they've been stifled by the bureaucracy for so many years. So one of the great things that, at least in my experience, that we listen to them and empower them.
So yes, in fact, I'd like to emphasize that because I'd like to just give a big thank you to all the government employees who are helping reduce the waste and fraud, because this is, we really couldn't do it without you. So
it's a group effort.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not trying to sort of say all government employees are bad. That's absolutely not the case. It's just that, there actually just does need to be a serious effort to reduce the waste and fraud. And we're just making that happen. And a lot of people in the government are very glad to see it happen.
I think it's really important to recognize every single person around this table that's embedded within an agency, supporting that agency, whether they're working on systems or working.
Hey, the cream one.
We are encountering droves of government employees who are missionaries, not mercenaries, who are actually here serving because they believe in what they're doing. They want to do things well. We are trying to empower them, and they feel empowered now to ask the question of why? Why aren't we doing this? What else can we be doing? How can we fix this? And I think agency by agency, it is filled with exceptional government employees, right? And when we give them the tools, when we give them the systems, and we leave behind systems to
just
help them do
watching
their
some
jobs,
Doge.
that's the permanent change, right? And they're embracing that, not because it's new to them, it's because it's something they've always wanted to do. But for the first time ever, we're giving them the tools and the collaboration to be able to do that.
It's a very important message. Yeah. That message needs to get out a lot more. I'm so glad you said that.
We have exceptional people at all of our agencies. Exceptional. I mean, they do a thankless job and they work incredibly hard.
I love to hear how collaborative it is with these people in these agencies, and it's not all conflict. Sometimes in the media, you always hear about conflict, and you guys are considered these ruthless suits that come in and scare people, but it's conflict is the exception.
There is conflict, but that is the exception. It's actually true of history in general. People study the wars a lot, but actually most of the time there wasn't war.
It's just not as exciting.
It's just not as exciting.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, for the TV guys, we like conflict, but in this case, we love the collaboration. So thank you guys. Thanks for allowing me this access in here.
All right, in other news, 100 days of President Donald Trump's second term means 100 days of Elon Musk and his effort to eliminate wasteful government spending.
So Rich Edson is live outside the White House with more on Doge.
Slap the like and subscribe button.
Taxpayer and what its future looks like, Rich.
Yeah, that's right, Brian Ainsley and Lawrence. Department of Government Efficiency and Elon Musk say they've already saved billions of dollars for U.S. taxpayers, $160 billion, according to the department, which breaks down to about $1,000 a taxpayer. Ways to go, though, to the $2 trillion Musk initially targeted. Doge has slashed federal programs, employees, and entire departments.
Is Doge just getting started? This is a long-term enterprise.
It's a long-term enterprise because if we take our eye off the ball, the waste and fraud will come roaring back.
They can Doge when Democrats get back in power.
We're trying to have it be such that the funding is removed, so the grants are gone. So there's a lot of work required to restart the waste and fraud.
Musk's special government employee status is scheduled to end May 30th. He also says he's going to be spending more time at Tesla. Democrats want him out now. They accuse Doge of overinflating savings, cutting vital government.
No natural-born men and women's sports. What do you guys not understand about that? What do you guys not understand? What do they not understand, huh? What do you want me to play? Your podcast? Is that what you're asking for here? First off, show a little bit of respect, and I'll give you a little bit of free promotion. What episode do you want me to play? You have like a billion zillion free episodes. The private control of capital and ideas. All right, the views are dropping, so I'll play this guy's podcast. I just hit you a like. Is that how you got so many of these views, just spamming people's live streams? But here, I'll play you guys this one. I'm gonna skip to the intro, no disrespect to you, but there's like a billion things. Is this all just words, or does it actually say anything? No disrespect. Okay, there we go. Okay, hold on. This is kind of a weird episode, I'll be honest about it. I was expecting like a face-to-face kind of thing. Well, everyone go check out this guy. I'll give him a free promo. But you gotta do some live streams and some other kind of shorts and videos if you want to grow your channel faster. Just a little bit of advice. But we only have 29 viewers right now, so I'm gonna end the live stream. Everyone have a good day. I might go live later because I'm trying to hit that 4K mark. And I dropped you a like. So everyone go check out the Mr. Green podcast. It seems pretty good. I'm not saying I agree with everything on here. I have no clue what's all on here, but it seems pretty good. No problem. I'm going to subscribe to you as well. So hopefully you subscribe to me. As you can see, I subscribed. So hit the like and subscribe button on my channel, guys. Peace out. Have a good day.